Bowling Fresh.
I'm your huckleberry.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yep, let's do it. Perfect.
K-Ditter. I rap with the Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a bite rat on the dock for the dope. I can dissect.
Welcome everyone to the David Rome Show. We are here. It is college football playoff time. We have two very special guests with us who are going to help us out here in our playoff committee. We've got DrewGotz live from Florida.
What's up?
And then over in Knoxville, I believe, that's where you're hailing from, is Jeff Gruden.
You got that right.
Well, folks, it's going to be one heck of a show, I believe. We just had the conference title games. Not too many. Well, there was an upset. We'll get into that later. It hurts your host a little, but we'll get into that at a much later time. He doesn't really want to discuss it, and we'll go from there on that. But what we are going to do today is we're going to announce who the Final Four are that are going to be in the college playoffs, and also announce the other playoff or other bowl games that will be going on these next couple of weeks. First off, gentlemen, let me go ahead and announce the top 10 after all the rankings have been done. We have a few surprises in here for the TCS rankings, but first off, congratulations again to number 1 Vestal Virgins. I know Jeff Gruden is a huge fan of the Vestal Virgins.
Yeah.
I'm sure he likes their quarterbacks very much. Number 2, once again, is Terry Tate's Pain Train, having just an incredible run at the end of this season. Number 3 has moved up from last week. That would be the Blue Mountain State University Mountain Goats. I just call them Blue Mountain because that's just too much damn shit to say.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Number 4, dropped down from number 3, is Baby Aspirin, otherwise known as Medicine Man. Number 5 are those Gators, not from Florida, but it's the Gators. They're also known as the Volunteers. Number 6, dropping down from number 5, is the University of Thugonomics after their ridiculous defeat that they had, losing in their conference title game. Luckily for them, they only dropped 1 spot. Somebody must love them. I don't know who, but they got lucky there, in my opinion, only dropping down 1. Number 7 is the SC LSU Mud Dogs. They climbed up 1 from number 8. Going back into the top 10 is I'm Kind of a Big Deal. They also lost in their conference title game. Actually, I don't even remember if they were even in their damn title game. To be correct. Either way, they're in the top 10.
Who?
I'm Kind of a Big Deal.
They weren't.
Yeah, I don't think they were, but somehow the polls love them. So they've cracked it back into the top 10. Number 9 is another team that had lost in their conference title game and moved up. A lot of moving up on teams who lost in their conference title games. I'm not sure, what the committee or the rankings committee were thinking, but what are you going to do? But
they were all tight games. There were a lot of tight games.
Yeah, they were pretty close. Well, anyway, number 9 is the Greenville Green Devils, moving up from 10. And then number 10, another team who had nothing to do with the conference title game, getting into the top 10. And that would be the Gondor University White Knights. And I have no flipping idea why they're there. None. DrewGotz, are you okay?
Commissioner.
Oh. Yeah. Well, sometimes you have to, give a little love to the commissioner. When you have the commander-in-chief going on, maybe he should be focusing on other stuff. But that's another day, another time for this, kids. Let's not get in on that. We may start ourselves a war here. So, anyway, let's discuss the first bowl match that we're going to talk about. And that is the greatest bowl that is known to man. And I'm talking about, and I'm not kidding when I say it's the greatest bowl known to man, because man loves this bowl. Am I right, guys?
It's a throne bowl.
Oh, it's a throne bowl, all right. I'll tell you that right now. It is the toilet bowl ladies and gentlemen. It is presented by Movie Prep, or for people who are not in the pharmaceutical game, that helps you take a poo.
That's what I'm talking about.
The guest host of that bowl game is none other than one of the greatest, I'm talking greatest Tennessee Volunteers head coaches of all time, Derek Dooley. He's the one who mans that bowl. He is like the parade leader, whatever the hell, the marshal of the parade. He is that one. So normally with the toilet bowl, it's the worst two teams that have played in our league. However, I don't feel right about having teams who did not fully participate, let's say, in it, and I believe as a consensus as a group we agree. Correct, gentlemen?
That's right.
That's it.
Yep.
So we've discussed it prior getting on to air here, but I think we're pretty much close to who we've decided into the toilet bowl. DrewGotz, what's your take? Who do you think should be in the toilet bowl?
Well, I think Scared of You, and I don't want to do it, but Wild Will.
Well, when you're talking about a toilet bowl, sometimes you have to do it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. But Wild Will and Scared of You may not have been the worst teams all year, but they were the worst active teams.
They were the worst active teams. That's a shame, really, when you think about it. Poor guys.
That's right.
But now they can prove themselves as they're not the worst. Because there are teams worse than them, and I think inactive guys are 10 times worse, and they'll probably they might get booted for it. So who knows?
This is true. What do you got, Jeff Gruden?
Guys, we're looking at Scared of You and also Wild Will School of Thrills at the very bottom of the active teams.
I don't think I can't deny this either. So I forgot to also, it's sponsored by Movie Prep. I also forgot to say who's actually, another sponsor. It's actually the Charmin Extra Soft Toilet Bowl.
Extra Soft. Is that the 2-time size roll of toilet paper or just the single?
I think it's a triple.
Oh, the triple.
Well, I mean,
not even out yet. That's the promotion.
Plenty of softness.
That's why it's sponsored by Movie Prep as well. So anyway, it's consensus, I believe. We're gonna go with Scared of You, also known as Havoc on You. They had their name changed, going up against the Wild Will's School of Thrills in the toilet bowl. That'll be a matchup that starts tomorrow. Once again, folks, let me go ahead and say this real quick. Everything will be set up after the show or tomorrow morning, one of the two, of who's playing this week and the next week and everything else. The TCS games are not until week 15, so that's not until next week for those games. So the ones that will be this week will be your non-TCS games, the Toilet Bowl, and a couple of others we'll start mentioning here in just a second. But let me go ahead and just write this down. We got Wild Wills versus Scared. Alrighty. Let's see. The next bowl we should bring up. Let's go ahead and bring up the Jacked Up Bowl presented by Mountain Dew.
Okay, Mountain Dew Bowl.
Yep. Anybody who's got an idea? Once again, it's a team that has 6 wins. And also, the one thing I do also want to point out, let me think real quick about those two teams. Now that I think about Wild Will and Scared of You, I didn't think about them being in the same conference. So, which they're not. Wild's in Big East, so we're good. That's the other thing I forgot to mention. We want to make sure that the teams facing each other are not in the same conference as well, like regular college bowl games.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, back to that. So we got the Jacked Up Bowl presented by Mountain Dew. Who do you guys like? What kind of a matchup do you guys see in this one? Let's go Jeff Gruden. What do you got first?
Mountain Dew Bowl. Yeah, I've been filling out my bowl lineup from the top down, and this is the last one that I have to decide on. But I think it goes to a team that, was good down the stretch or at the beginning of the season, solid team, and really kind of fell apart at the end. But they are bowl eligible. I'm going to have to go with my first pick would be Ron Swanson Carnivores.
Okay.
In that bowl game. And then I think we'll follow that up with a visit. Let's go with we'll go with Throwdowns.
Throwdowns was also, they had 6 wins as well. DrewGotz, what do you got? How do you like that matchup?
I like it, but I don't like it as good as I could see redemption out of Ron Swanson against Bailey's Dogs.
You got the Dogs. Swanson and Dogs.
That's a tough call there. 9-3.
Bailey's Dogs haven't been able to prove it to me this year.
Dogs has what's the Dogs' record? 9-3.
They're 9-3.
But they have been unimpressive all year long, in my opinion.
They have not had many points scored on them. Let's see.
No, they definitely have, I think, one of the lowest scores against them. I mean, just real quickly flying through the scores here. I mean, they're at 1252, I think, which is the lowest score scored against. So their opponent.
9-3 is kind of a shield of a record.
Well, actually, the SCLSU Mud Dogs, they actually had the lowest at 1225. So, I mean, they're ranking around probably about 3rd or 4th lowest scored against.
Wow. That wasn't even. Yeah, they really do. Their points are way down. But let's see. You can't put Ron Swanson and SCLSU down there together. You can do SCLSU and who are we talking about? Bailey's Dogs?
Well, we're thinking.
I agree with you on Ron Swanson.
Yeah, Ron Swanson I like. I definitely like Ron Swanson, but do we like Bailey's Dogs against them?
I think Ron Swanson's ability to prove themselves against a 9-3 team, and then also Bailey's Dogs to prove themselves against a team that was extremely strong at the beginning of the season.
They still have Swanson still has over 1,600 points. So.
Oh yeah, they definitely have a ton of points. That is no doubt about it. There.
But he's weak right now. He's falling apart at the end.
And Bailey's Dogs has played well, so that's what I'm trying to say. Match the two opposites against each other. It ends up to be a good match sometimes.
All right.
I think
I can agree with that.
I think I'm going to agree with it. I'm going to agree with it for one reason and one reason only. You guys ready for this matchup? Week 2 of the season, Bailey's Dogs visited Ron Swanson, and Bailey's Dog beat them.
Oh,
wow.
Bailey's Dog beat them by 13 points.
Okay.
Traveling. So that is a redemption game for Ron Swanson to definitely prove their worth because they lost to him in the beginning. And then that's when Ron Swanson, I believe, then went on a nice little winning streak after that. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pencil that in. I like it. Ron Swanson and Bailey's Dogs. I like that.
Swanson and Dogs. Getting jacked up.
Oh, they're getting jacked up. They're all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew!
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. All right, the next game, next bowl game is going to be the Stainless Steel Bowl.
It's tough. It's a good, strong bowl.
It's not only is it strong, but it's, you could get the fingerprints off of that real quick also.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's very clean.
It's a clean bowl.
It's a clean bowl, not like the toilet bowl.
No. You can eat out of the stainless steel bowl.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if you want to do that.
You don't want to eat out of the toilet bowl though.
I don't think you want to really eat off of either, but just my opinion on that one.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead. You know what? The stainless steel bowl. Here's my thoughts. We mentioned throwdowns a second ago. Let's put the throwdowns in the stainless steel bowl.
Okay. And
an opponent for the throwdowns. Let's see. Pick and choose. I like Tedzilla or Jedzilla currently in this. They were a team that looked really, really good in the beginning of the season and then just went down. They finished 6-6. They were 0-2 in their division, 2-3 in their conference. But I think that would be a nice little game as well for them to, face a Big East team first off because, Big East is awesome. But no offense to the SEC, anybody who could be biased to them.
SEC had a strong season.
Yeah, it was all right. It was not bad.
They really killed each other at the end.
Yeah. SEC was extremely strong.
Yeah, and I didn't look at this originally, but I'm looking at it now. It would be a rematch as well from Week 6, where Jedzilla, probably known as Tedzilla at that moment, whooped Throwdowns by 33 points. So it'd be another redemption game.
Here's my question.
What do you got?
Throwdowns really deserve to be in a bowl game with not even 1,300 points scored.
That's what I'm saying. Let's see. I'm looking at Tar Heels and Greenville.
And they blew the Big East South.
Yeah, they did. That is true. Maybe 6 wins isn't enough for them.
I don't think
they
is.
went 2-3. That may not be for them.
I think Gruden's Hoagies deserves it, or Hillbilly Tar Heels over Throwdowns any day of the week.
Yeah.
I like Tar Heels and the Greenville Green Devils in the Stainless Steel Bowl.
Stainless Steel Bowl, Greenville, ranked number 9. Versus the Hillbilly Tar Heels. The Hillbilly Tar Heels lost barely lost their conference title game against Medicine, or Baby Aspirin, Medicine Man at the time. I like that matchup. That's a good call. So Hillbilly versus the Greenville Green Devils.
I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
If there was one way they could just stop by hell on their way to the bowl game.
Oh, they'll probably be stopping by hell.
Hell will be at the Stainless Steel Bowl.
Oh, it's gonna be a highway to hell. Damn, am I good at this job?
Somewhat.
Yeah, that's true. All right, next bowl game.
You're as good as Gotz.
No one can be a DrewGotz. All right, the next bowl game. Speaking of beatdowns, we're gonna go with the Beat by Dre Bowl. What do you got for us, DrewGotz?
Ooh, all right. I think this is the game where I like SCLSU and Gondor.
SCLSU versus Gondor. So 2 ranked teams going at each other in the Beats by Dre Bowl.
I know.
What are you thinking, Gruden?
Guys, I've got the exact same matchup written down on this paper right here. Gondor versus SCLSU.
Well, I mean, if you can't trust a Gruden, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do, right?
All right, well, there we go. That's a Beats by Dre, SCLSU Mud Dogs versus the Gondor White Knights.
That's a big matchup there.
That's going to be a huge matchup.
Neither one of those teams played each other during the season, so it's kind of a exotic, SEC playing a Pac-10 team or.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Something's not going on. Something's not going well in the DrewGotz household.
Nope.
That is not good. Sounds like someone needs to take a visit to the toilet bowl. Or maybe it's a whole other Beats by Dre.
Go ahead and tell that to my wife.
No, well, we'll get to her later. All right. So the final non-TCS bowl game matchup. It is the sponsored by us ourselves, the TSPN Bowl, and it's hosted and it is also televised, commentated by your very own David Rome, and returning back for the first time in over a year, Dan Tirico.
Dan's back.
Dan will be back to commentate over that match as well. So, TSPN Bowl, what do you guys got?
TSPN Bowl, fellas. Let's see here. We got Gondor LSU in the Beats by
And the
Dre.
Beats. Yep.
The reason why I recommended SCLC and Gondor for Beats by Dre is because they both put up points in the beatings, but they can also get beat pretty bad.
Yeah. It's kind of a tough spot here. Let's see here. We got we've pretty much ruled out throwdowns, right?
Well, I mean, 6 wins get you in. Just
1,200, not sub 1,300 points.
Hey, last I heard, I believe there's.
Rome, what you got?
I believe. I'm just going to throw this out there. Last I heard, the littlings known as the NCAA have to have 5 and 7 teams in their bowl games because they didn't have enough 6-win teams. So sucks for them. Maybe they have too many bowls.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The TSPN Bowl, you're looking for a nice matchup, in my opinion. Right off the bat, I'm thinking to myself, you're probably going to throw in I'm kind of a big deal maybe into that one. Possibly. You have options. Let's see. Just throwing this. So we got I'm kind of a big deal. We already got them. We got to have the other ones for the. You got to have 5 and 6 most likely in the other TCS Bowl games.
What about Jedzilla?
Jedzilla. I'm kind of a big deal versus Jedzilla. I think it would be a proving game for Jedzilla.
Yeah, I've actually got Big Deal going a little bit higher than this game, but we can negotiate and such. But Jedzilla, 1,573 points at 6 and 6.
Yeah, they definitely ended up having a pretty bad run at the end of the season.
Yeah,
I think they went 2 and 3 in their conference, 0 and 2 in their own division. So they really went downhill.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe they're not. Maybe that's a team that doesn't get in.
Yeah, it's very possible. Or maybe we have the TSPN Bowl get maybe the TSPN Bowl gets one of those 500 matchups. Maybe go a little Jedzilla versus either Gruden's Hoagies or versus the Throwdowns. Hell, even Kappa Sigma. They got in there with 6 wins. They won their conference title. The TSPN Bowl is a very it's a money making bowl really because we're sponsoring it. So
Kappa Sig won 3 in a row.
I'll argue against Kappa Sig. You win a conference, you can't get him in a TCS?
Yeah, that's correct. You're 6 and 7.
Don't matter, brother. You're hurting on records over here.
No, we're not. We have great records here.
Conference title means a lot. It's what got you in last year, Rome.
I also had a winning record. Just throwing that out there. And we have technical difficulties going on in the DrewGotz household, so that's a shame. He may not be a part of this one. So, what are you thinking, Gruden? Should we go Kappa? Should we go maybe that Tedzilla versus like a Gruden's Hoagies?
I like Kappa. 3 wins in a row. I don't have them going any higher than this bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I like them in, and then the other piece. Whatever's going to match up well doesn't need to be. Is it a game where is it a rematch of a game earlier in the season, or is it going to be a?
Oh, let's see here. Let's take a look at what they have faced here. Let's see. They faced Jedzilla in week 2 and they lost. Kappa Sigma, that is.
Mm-hmm.
So there would be a redemption match there. Let's see. Yeah, that'd be their only match opponent to where they would be able to have any type of redemption. They lost by 23 points. So it looks like they ran through the ACC in the beginning of the season. they had to deal with Terry Tate's pain train right off the bat. So
Yeah.
we all know how successful that team is.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So,
That's going to be crazy when we get to the playoffs. Or sorry, yeah, the playoff side. So, looking at Kappa Sig.
All I'm gonna say is I disagree, just because the fact that the Big East won this thing last year, Big East Conference champion, and they get no respect now because they won late.
yeah, that's kind of basically. I can't see putting Kappa Sigma in a TCS bowl game. I mean, they won their conference title. That's correct, but they do have that losing record. That's the problem.
Heck, I mean, shoot, put them up there in a TCS game and see if they can prove it themselves.
Okay.
We can skip them for now and come back to them with the TCS game.
All right, let's
due to
skip.
the fact
Let's
that they
skip. Let's
did win
skip.
their conference.
I'll tell you what. Let's skip the TSPN bowl. Let's go to the 2 TCS bowl games. We'll come back to the TSPN.
All right, sounds good. Well, let's go right off the bat here. All right, so TCS bowl games. You've got obviously your 2 playoff games, the Bourbon Bowl and the Smoky Mountain Bowl, and then you've got your 2 regular TCS bowl games, the Under Armour Bowl and the Huckleberry Bowl. We could go ahead right now and announce what we believe would be the top 4, and we could rank them in a second, how the matchups would be and seed them. Or we could go ahead and just discuss the regular TCS bowl games first. Which one would you like? What would
I
you
think
guys like?
the regular. The TCS Under Armour and the Huckleberry. I think we should do those 2. Go back to the TSPN, and then we'll do our final 4.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, let's go straight into the Huckleberry Bowl. What do you guys got?
I'm gonna go. I've got. Let's see. Kind of a big deal. And we'll slap them in there with. Well, let's hold on a second. Kind of a big deal. Is that the team that's 9-3?
Kind of a big deal is 8-4. They're currently ranked number 8.
Yeah,
number
1,700 points. I like them in that bowl game versus the winner of the Big East that we just talked about, Kappa Sigma.
That's one hell of a matchup. You got, I'm kind of a big deal. 4-1 in their conference. The only reason that they didn't make it into their conference title game because of that one loss.
Mm-hmm.
That's a strong matchup. What do you think over there, DrewGotz?
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm fine with that.
All right, so that was the Huckleberry Bowl, correct?
Huckleberry, yeah, the second of the 2.
So we're going to put Kappa Sigma versus.
I like that.
I'm kind of a big deal. That's
Definitely
a good matchup.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So then we got the other TCS Bowl. We got the Under Armour Bowl. We're running out of ranked teams, so we're going to almost figure out who the top.
I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. Thugonomics, Gators.
That's exactly what I'm looking at here too, DrewGotz.
Thugonomics and the Gators.
Yeah.
That's one hell of a matchup. I agree. The Gators they were that strong team in the beginning. They fell apart for a little bit, but then they came right back. Obviously, they're ranked number They're ranked number 5 for crying out loud. They went 2-0 in the division, 3-3 in the conference, and we all know the SEC is a tough conference, as I'm sure we'll get into here in a little bit. Gators versus the Thugs. I like it.
I love it. That's my favorite matchup out of everything.
Number 5 versus number 6. I like it.
It's my favorite matchup.
Gators versus Thugs. Man, that's one heck. That's a Florida battle if I've ever seen one. And they're not even really the Gators. That's the funnier part. I guess technically it's a Tennessee battle if you think about it. I mean, they're not UT for nothing. Those University of Thugonomics. That's right.
UT versus Tennessee.
Volunteers. Oof. That's going to be something. All right. Well, we're back to that TSP. We're back to that TSPN Bowl, kids. What are we thinking?
Godzilla, Gruden.
Sounds good.
Tedzilla and Gruden. Jedzilla. I always want to still call him Tedzilla. It's hard to say Jedzilla.
Jedzilla.
Tedzilla versus Grudens. All right, well, that
Pretty
basically
much
leaves...
identical across the board.
Yeah. Well, for anyone who is listening in, really, there's no shock here who your top 4 teams are. In a second, we'll go ahead and announce how we're going to seed these matchups up. But right off, let's go ahead and congratulate the top 4 who are going to be in our playoff. You got Vestal Versions, who, let's give a quick little background on them. They are currently 11-2. They went 2-0 in their division, 6-0 in their conference. They started the season 1-2 and rattled off 10 straight wins after that.
Freaking unbelievable.
I'm going to go ahead and just say this.
They're the number 1 team.
They're number 1.
Yes.
So we already know they're number 1. We're going to write that down. They are number 1.
Period.
You can't just, there's no way to go against it.
Mm-hmm.
So number 2, I would think, is going to be Terry Tate's Pain Train.
100% with you.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
10-3 record. They're 2-0 in their division. They went 5-1 in their conference. Their score 16, 1,670 points scored. But consensus number 2 is Terry Tate. Now, this is the only place where you start wondering about matchups, where you want people to travel. So in the Bourbon Bowl, we have number 1 Vestal Virgins. How are we going to rank 3 and 4?
Vestal Virgin needs to face Blue Mountain State. I believe Baby Aspirin's number 3. Blue Mountain State's number 4. Baby Aspirin has 1 more win. Blue Mountain State has 1 more loss. I mean,
they're both 2-0 in their division. They're both 5-1 in their conference.
I think it comes down to record. They both won 2 in a row. Or win 3 in a row for Blue Mountain. Okay, so they got 1 more win in a row. But they're both conference champs.
They're both very even teams.
It's just so similar, so I'm just going to go down to the win-loss column, and I see a 10 and I see a 9.
Yep. I think that's probably pretty good right there.
All right, so we're thinking then it'll be Vestal Virgins versus Blue Mountain.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And then we're thinking Terry Tate's versus Baby Aspirin. Let's look at how this looks here. Baby Aspirin, Blue Mountain.
And obviously, Baby Aspirin lost their rivalry game.
That's correct. I wonder who the rivalry game was against. That's the question I have. Let's take a look real quick.
So should Baby Aspirin be 4 because of that? Or did Blue Mountain State lose theirs too? Or they were originally the Mountain Goats?
No, that's them. They were actually called Land Thieves last year. They were the ones who were in the title game last season.
Okay.
Let's see here, Baby.
Hold on just a second, fellas. Let me just...
Yep.
Sorry, I keep on going there.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out there. Preseason predictions. On my way into the studio the other day, I was listening to the prediction show. Just, seeing how the prediction show went. The final 4 that was selected by David Rome, myself, had Vestal Virgins, Terry Tate, Blue Mountain, and then the Thugonomics.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that one hurts a little.
Yeah, just a homer. Kind of a homer, that's all I got from it. So.
Well, I think if they would have won their freaking game last week, they'd probably be in this discussion.
No,
but,
I don't know if they would be.
Yeah. Anyway, I had also in the prediction was Vestal Virgins facing Blue Mountain in the title game. So based off of, biasism, I kind of like them not facing each other in the semifinals.
The way I'm looking at it is
the wins. I got to go by the wins.
As the number 4 team, I think that they're. I have Baby Aspirin number 4.
I think the name change losing rivalry should cost a little.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that'll get me. I put words into my own mouth.
Yeah, and also just throwing this out there as well. When you look at both of their conferences as well, the Big Six was last year really not the greatest conference. They definitely helped themselves this year by having a lot more teams with winning records, or at least an average. And I guess the same could really be said about the Pac-6, just that the Pac-6 has, I think they both have 2 ranked teams also. Yeah, I actually I like Blue Mountain as number 3.
Go ahead, guys.
Or number 4. Or no, which way were we going? We were going Blue Mountain number 4 or number 3?
The way it is on the screen right now, yeah. But we'll change that back around because my mind did change when I saw Baby Aspirin and I saw they obviously lost their rivalry game, which is that means it's a conference loss, right?
No, it's not a conference game.
Okay. All right. So,
happened
but they still got a new name, so.
Yeah, that happened before conference.
And the other 3 did not get new names, so they won their rivalry games. So Baby Aspirin should be 4.
Yeah, Baby Aspirin, just throwing this out there, during rivalry week, lost to Bailey's Dogs, a Pac-6 team.
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something?
All right, so yeah, they need to be 4. Even though that number in the win column, yeah.
That's a shame for them.
It is. Whatever. Doesn't matter. All 4 teams have a chance to win it all.
That's right.
So.
And I don't think it matters because I think Baby Aspirin and Blue Mountain are so damn similar. I don't think you're getting much difference.
So, just to recap everything for everybody who's listening, we have in the Toilet Bowl, Wild Will versus Scared of You. We have in the Jacked Up Bowl, Ron Swanson versus Bailey Dogs. In the Stainless Steel Bowl, Hillbilly Tar Heels versus the Greenville Green Devils. In the Beats by Dre Bowl, which is going to be probably a great match, the SCLSU Mud Dogs versus the Gondor White Knights. Then then in the TSPN Bowl, we have Tedzilla or Jedzilla versus Gruden's Hoagies, or also known as Gruden's Grinders. Now, just out of curiosity, Jeff, how do you feel a little about that with Gruden's being in the TSPN Bowl? Does that make the family proud?
He's, I'm always proud of my brothers, and they've been getting this done for a long time, and I'm happy that he was able to get into the TSPN Bowl, and I don't think we were expecting a whole lot as far as postseason play went.
Well, I mean, Jay Gruden has definitely had his share of problems with the quarterback. So, I mean, to even get into a bowl game, with, not the greatest record-wise, and the controversy going on. I mean, if they already had to have a name change due to controversy because Grinders was a little too sexual. So, the government really didn't care for that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Must be censored. Yeah, that's a typical Gruden thing.
It is. Those Grudens, I'll tell you what.
I know them pretty well.
Yeah. All right. So, in the TCS matchups, in the non-playoff games, we have Kappa Sigma, the Big East Conference champions, versus I'm Kind of a Big Deal, a team that just lost their conference title game but still have such a great record. That's going to probably be one heck of a matchup, and that's in the TCS Huckleberry Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the TCS Under Armour Bowl, we have ranked against ranked. We have the Gators, also known as the Volunteers, taking on last year's national champions, University of Thugonomics.
I like it. That's my favorite.
These matchups are fantastic.
Yeah.
But
there's a
nothing
few great matchups in there.
SCLSU Gondor is another one that just goes. Yeah. So does Ron Swanson Bailey's.
Yeah, I mean these are beautiful matchups, but I think nothing really makes the TCAA look even better than our top 4, our playoff matchups.
Yeah, but I think Vestal's got a step right now.
Yeah, we got Vestal Virgins, the unanimous number 1. I mean, just blowing people out of the water. They're going up against the now new number ranked 4. Baby Aspirin, also known as the Medicine Man. And that's in the TCS Bourbon Bowl. In the TCS Smoky Mountain Bowl, we have number 2 Terry Tate's Pains Train taking on number 3 Blue Mountain State University Mountain Goats. That's a lot to say.
Too long.
And then both the winner of those matchups will face off in the TCS Championship game, the EA Battlefield Bowl, which will take place in 2 weeks, week 16. Gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of our playoff committee. It was great having you guys on the show. Whenever we can get Drew Gotz in here and Jeff Gruden, it's going to be a dynamite show. So I just want to thank both of you for joining us here today.
Appreciate it, David Rome. Thank you very much, sir.
My pleasure, and remember, Gotz is always right.
That's right. So this is David Rome for Drew Gotz and for Jeff Gruden. We thank you so much for listening. Get ready for a fantastic bowl season, and we will catch you all later. Take it easy. See ya.
Peace.